Hello everyone, my name is Alan and I'm going to talk about rules of engagement with your mind. Yes, how to engage with your mind so you can do things easier and you can be happier in your life and be more efficient and have more drive and have more self-esteem. So I got seven rules for you. Seven. They're quite a lot, but they're all very similar and they work in the same way. So first, we're going to talk about the stop rule. Okay? Then we're going to talk about the no rule. Then we're going to talk about the go rule. Then we're going to talk about the 5-second rule. Then we're going to continue with the appreciation rule. And then we're going to continue to the love rule. There are a lot. I'm going to talk briefly about each of these rules because I'm going to make other videos that go in depth on how these rules work. Okay? So the first one, the stop rule, is a rule you use to stop yourself when you are feeling anxious, or you're feeling suddenly depressed or down, and you need to stop your brain from sending you that idea that turns into emotions. So your emotions are your detector of the ideas that you're putting into your brain, or the ideas that are coming from your subconscious or from your mind that are telling you something, and this idea is making you have a feeling. You could have a feeling of dread, or feeling sadness, or feeling down, or you could be feeling nervous, or you could be feeling afraid, which is what's even more common because stress is more of a fear. Okay? So you use the stop rule. You say stop. And you think to yourself, what am I feeling? Am I feeling afraid? Okay, stop feeling afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. Or you say, what am I thinking? I'm feeling depressed. Well, I'm thinking definitely I have a problem and I'm not liking myself very much right now. So usually that's what makes you depressed. So you stop that and you say, no. I'm okay. I'm going to think positive. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. You tell that to yourself. So you stop the thought that's bringing you down. You stop the thought that is bringing you down, and you put another thought in your mind. So that's what allows you to kind of change your way of thinking, shift your way of thinking, or some people call it pivot. Pivot your way of thinking from feeling down to detecting that emotion. And so they're saying, no, I'm not, I don't want to feel down. Stop. I don't want to feel down. I'm going to think about feeling good. I'm feeling happy. So you steer that emotion of feeling well into your day, into what you're doing at the moment. The next rule is the no rule. You can use it in the same way. When you feel like you're thinking that you're doing something wrong in the moment, and you need to stop yourself from doing it. It's like when you command the pet, no, because the pet's maybe going to pee in the carpet, and you say no, and the pet stops. Well, that's what you do with your brain. You do the same thing. You do exactly the same thing. You say stop, and you stop yourself from peeing on the carpet. That's the joke, okay? So you stop yourself from doing something that you know is wrong, but it's coming from your subconscious and from feeling maybe anxiety or feeling anger, and you're gonna hurt someone. Well, the no rule works very well on that occasion. You stop yourself by saying no, and you can use the stop rule and combine it with no, or you can use the no rule and you say no, because that is how you command and how you engage to be in control of your mind. Okay? So if you want to be in control of your mind, because you're not getting things done, or you're not doing them right, Well, these things are very helpful. All right, so that's enough about the stop and no rule. You have an idea of that, what that is all about. So let's go with the go rule and the 5-second rule. Okay, the go rule is quite simple, and you usually practice that as a child. Or if you're into sports, you usually practice that rule when you're in sports. Because it's very simple. It just says 1, 2, 3, go. And what that does is that, let's say you're in bed and the alarm went off and you hit the snooze button and you need to get up. So you start counting 1, 2, 3, go, and you get up. You usually get up before go because you don't want to get to go to get up. You usually get up in 1, or maybe you can say 0 and then go. So what that does again is that keeps your mind busy on that task to stop intrusive thoughts from convincing you to not get out of bed. Making excuses, a little bit more, or this or that, or this or that. But you gotta get up. You gotta get stuff done, and you may be tired because you did some exercise or something, and you don't feel like getting up, and your body may hurt, or you have body aches or whatever. But that's how you get yourself into action. That's how you get yourself to move and take that action that you need to take. Okay. We also got the 5-second rule, made famous by Mel Robbins. Same last name as the motivator or inspirator Tony Robbins, but I don't think they're related. But she made famous the 5-second rule, which is using the same example before. If you're getting off the bed and you're having trouble getting off your bed, you start counting backwards. So it's a countdown. It's not like the 1, 2, 3, go. It's countdown. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in this case, you usually get up before you hit 0. And you don't never say 0, or you usually get before you hit 1. When I tried it and it worked well for me, I always got up before it hit 1. I just kind of felt good about it when I get up, before getting to 0, where it says, all right, I finished my countdown. I haven't gotten myself up yet. So that it also works for a lot of tasks that you may not want to do. Let's keep it simple. You need to take out the trash, or do an errand for your wife, or for your mother, or for somebody, and you're at the moment where you begin to convince yourself that you're not going to do it, and you start making excuses in your mind and saying, I don't want to do it because, or I'm not going to do it because. Then you have to say no. That's when you use the no rule also. That's when you combine them. So you say no, and you go, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get started on the task. Or you use the go rule and you say 3, 2, 1, go, and you get started on the task. Okay? So that's how you use those rules. And again, they stop your mind from intrusive thoughts that stop you from doing what you know you have to do to fix something, to improve your life, to feel better about yourself, and to feel happy that you got stuff done, So the next rules are the appreciation rule and the love rule. So the appreciation rule is a rule that you use to shift the way you think about yourself. So when you wake up in the morning, let's say, and you want to do something, you want to take a walk, you want to do meditation, you want to do breakfast, you want to do all the things that you want to do, but you don't really feel like doing it because you might be anxious or depressed or sad or troubled about something, you say, I appreciate myself. Therefore, I will. Okay? So that's the trick. I appreciate myself. Therefore, I will. That rule sometimes takes a little bit time to work, but is stronger than any other rule in the arsenal. Way stronger than any other rule in the arsenal. Because this rule is for your moment, for your present, for your future, and for the rest of your life. What that rule does is it actually makes you subconscious and your mind convince yourself that you appreciate yourself and that you are doing this thing that you want to do because you appreciate yourself. And that's your motivation. It also does the same thing as the other rules, because it actually stops you from negative thoughts or intrusive thoughts that could be, well, I'm no good, I'm not worth it, or this thing is not worth it, or nothing is worth it, or I hate the world, or I hate this day, or I hate whatever. Well, when you shift and you say, I appreciate myself, so I will, then you got a reason to get out of bed and to get stuff done that you need to get done. And you have a reason to feel good about yourself, because you're engraving in your mind that you appreciate yourself, and you are appreciating yourself when you're doing these things for yourself. And when you're using any of these rules, you're practicing appreciation for yourself. Okay? So that's what it does. And appreciation for yourself gets stronger when you use affirmations. That means that you tell yourself you appreciate yourself many times a day. Many times a day. It's not about just sitting in front of a mirror and saying, I'm happy, I'm beautiful, I appreciate myself. No. That's something else we're going to get to later, and you can do that to test if you're telling yourself the truth or not. Because if you go to a mirror and you tell yourself, I appreciate myself, and you feel like a hypocrite, it's completely normal. It's completely normal because you know you're not appreciating yourself at the time. But you will start appreciating yourself if you keep telling yourself you appreciate yourself, and if you keep telling yourself to do the things you gotta do. You know you're appreciating yourself because you're saying, I appreciate myself, so I will. Once you get that done, you know you're appreciating yourself. So when you look in the mirror and you say, I appreciate myself, you don't look at yourself as like a liar or like a fake, because you just did something showing you appreciate yourself. Okay? So that's, in a nutshell, what that rule means. And that's the most powerful rule, or the almost most powerful rule of all the rules. Because the next rule is the love rule. And the love rule is like the appreciation rule, but the love rule is you telling yourself, I love myself. Therefore, I appreciate myself. Or therefore, I will appreciate myself. Or you can tell yourself, going back to the appreciation rule, I appreciate myself, I prove myself, I appreciate myself, so I love myself. And you go on to the love rule. The thing about the love rule is tricky, because most of the time you look at yourself and you say, I love myself, and you feel like a hypocrite. You know you're not loving yourself. You got a lot of stuff, or essay stuff, that you need to do, and you don't get it done, and you're not doing anything for yourself. So it is stronger to start with the appreciation rule before you get to the love rule. Because the love rule is sometimes harder to believe until you believe the appreciation rule. When you believe the appreciation rule, You can get to the love rule and say, and look in the mirror. That's another exercise, obviously. But that is a test. You can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. And if you don't feel like a hypocrite, then you're loving yourself. But that comes after appreciating yourself. Because you may not be loving yourself very much right now because you're depressed or anxious or whatever existential crisis you're having. But if you say, I appreciate myself, or you say, I will appreciate myself, therefore, I will do this. Therefore, I will go here. Therefore, I will go there. Therefore, I will go somewhere that I need to go. So, if you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I appreciate myself, and you don't believe it, you might want to get started with, I will appreciate myself. Therefore, I'm getting out of bed. Or you can combine the rules and say, I appreciate myself. Therefore, I'll get out of bed. 1, 2, 3, go. And you get out of bed. It's incredible how good it works. When you combine these rules, they're so powerful. It's like hacking your mind. It's like a hack where you hack all those things that are in your mind, and it's a virus that kills all those bad thoughts and put you on the direction that you want to go. So all the rules do that. There is a whole lot more to it because, there are affirmations, that are very powerful, and how to do affirmations. And affirmations are not about just looking at yourself in the mirror, because that's more of a test. If you look at yourself and you don't feel sincere, that means that you're not there yet. You got to do more. If you look at yourself and you can believe it, then what you're doing is reinforcing what you already know. Or if there's some doubt in your mind, you see it right away. There's some doubt, but I'll get over my doubt, and I will appreciate myself, or I will love myself. Okay? And that's completely normal. And I'm going to talk about that in another video, because affirmations are another thing, and affirmations are not what people think they are, because they usually see them in a movie, and they always ridicule them and make them stupid. So I think I need to change the name to something different rather than affirmations, because they're not really used the way anybody thinks. They should be used in a different way to actually plant those thoughts into your subconscious, so you don't have even to repeat them to yourself. Subconsciously, your mind is telling you you're worth it, you're loved, you're good, feel happy. And your mind is telling you this all back to yourself all day. So you can't help feeling great, because somebody else, which is your subconscious or your mind, is telling you that you feel good, that you're great. And I'm already at 8, and now I'm going for number 9 because I'm on a roll. So number 9 would be the rule of engagement to manage pain, which is the sensation rule. The sensation rule is a rule that you go about it training your brain to change from pain to sensation. So when you shift your feelings and your thoughts to think of pain as sensation, then it's like you were in jail and somebody just opened the door and let you out of jail. Because rejecting pain makes it more present, because you're creating a fight, you're creating a dog fight with the pain. I don't want it. I don't want it. And your mind wants to get out of your body. You wanna run, but you can't run away from your own body because your mind is the prison of your body. You know, it's a house. It's what body is the house, and you're in it, and you gotta live there until you die. Okay? So accepting that, you teach yourself how to feel sensations, and it's okay to have the sensation from 0, no sensation, to 1, all the way up to 10, when the sensation is very strong and it actually consumes your attention. It can, I mean, some people will have pain at number 10, but when you think of the pain as being a sensation and letting that sensation pass through your body and your mind, because the sensation is felt actually in the mind, but it's because some body part is screaming and you feel it in your mind, and that's why you feel pain. Well, when you change it to a level of sensation and you let it pass your body, and you kind of make peace with it and you make friends with it, then your sensation can be lowered down from 10 to 6, or from 6 to 3. And that pain management tool can can lower pain more than a couple of Tylenols or a couple of Aleve. So that's how strong that rule of engagement is. If you take a couple of Aleve and then you shift your way of thinking to sensation, and then you lower your pain even more, we're talking about you might be able to lower your pain from 8 to 3. Is that a gain? That's a life-changing game. Definitely. Because then you're allowed to live your life at, a sensation of 3 or 4. While at a sensation of 8, it's quite difficult to go on with your life, because, the sensation consumes your complete attention and you can't concentrate on anything else. So that's going to be enough for today. I know there's a lot of rules, so I have a lot to talk about on my next day tapes or videos, we should call them now. So I love you all. My intention is to make your lives better and better my life also, while I better other people's lives. So I love you all. Take care, and that's it for today. Until my next video, see you later, and learn to appreciate and love yourself. Bye-bye.